What's up? What's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossi, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue, and in this video I'm going to show you a simple recipe to make homemade pulled pork game day burritos. These things are so easy and so snackable. Anyone hanging out with you watching football or just having a good time is going to be seriously stoked that you made these. So come on along for the ride. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go through this entire recipe. Starting off, I have a pork shoulder. Pretty straightforward, and I'm using Low and Smoked by Cookhouse. This dry rub is fantastic. It's also Nova Scotian, so you know I'm down with that. We're going to make sure to fully coat this pork shoulder. We want every nook and cranny to be thoroughly seasoned. I didn't show everything here, but I probably spent about 60 seconds applying that seasoning on every side. And as you can see here, I'm throwing it right out on the pellet smoker today with a mix of oak, maple, hickory, oh buddy, and a little bit of cherry wood pellets. That's super important here. You should work on finding the blend of pellets you like, and I love this blend. It's 10 out of 10. So as you can see here with this pork shoulder, I'm just running it low and slow. I'm talking like 250 degrees. You can honestly do this anywhere between 225 and 300 degrees. Pork shoulders are pretty darn resilient, but the higher you go, the more it might kind of, I don't know if burn's the right word, but do a little bit more to your dry rub. That's why I like to keep it around 250. I find that builds perfect bark on pork shoulders. Now, I'm spritzing it probably, I'd say, every 45 minutes to an hour with some apple cider vinegar. And whenever you spritz that extra liquid landing on the outside is going to help that smoke adhere and just build a perfect bark. And as you can see here, I'd like to think I'm doing a pretty darn good job building a bark on there. I mean, this thing is glistening. It looks gorgeous. This dry rub did a fantastic job. Oh, buddy. So, just to reiterate, I smoked this here, pellet smoker, with a blend of pellets at 250 degrees. Now, I smoked it until it hit 165 degrees internal. At that point, I pulled it off and put in some extra ingredients like barbecue sauce and butter. But we'll get to that in a second. What's really important here is monitoring it and pulling it at the right time. If you pull it too early, not only can you destroy that bark, but you might not have given the piece of meat enough time to render down all that intermuscular fat. And that's really important here. You can kind of see how there's almost like fault lines created, like there was an earthquake or something on the pork shoulder. That's what you're looking for. So at this point, we're going to pull it off and throw it into a tinfoil tray with some pats of butter. Nothing crazy. And then I'm going to go in with some sweet heat barbecue sauce by Cookhouse. I've been really enjoying the products from Cookhouse lately, and if you're interested, make sure you check them out. They make great products, and you can order them online, but that's not the point here. This isn't an ad. I'm just putting it into this tinfoil tray, wrapping it in tinfoil, and I was going to braise it for about 2 to 3 more hours. The main goal here, you want to monitor that internal temperature and bring it up to about 203 to 205 degrees, and that's going to let you just shred this pork to oblivion. I mean, I'm just putting it in my hand, giving it a quick squeeze, and this stuff is exploding apart. Nothing crazy here. Just, a 10 out of 10. So what I like to do, keep it in the tinfoil tray, just really, really mix it up and give it a good mix there and let all that barbecue sauce and butter reincorporate back into the pork. You're going to thank me later on that. All right, let's get to these burritos, guys. We're going to throw down some guac to begin. That's super important, mainly just because I love guac. If you don't like guac, any of these ingredients, they're totally skippable, but I do highly recommend you throw them all in. So we got a chili lime crema there, throwing in some fresh salsa, a little bit of rice too. Now, this I think is one of the most important ingredients in a burrito, the beans. I don't know what it is, but it brings a burrito from zero to hero. It almost like it adds like a little bit of a pasty texture to it. So make sure you throw in those beans. Go in with some red onion, some lettuce, and some shredded cheese. The cheese, do whatever you want. If you want some spicy cheese, do it. If you don't, hey, cheddar's fine. Next, we're going to top it with that pulled pork and then go in, use those high school skills, and we're going to wrap these bad boys up. Check this out. Nothing special there, guys. So if you don't know how to fold a burrito, you pull the sides in, then you grab one of the, usually the bottom part that's not folded, and you kind of pull it up over top. You place it down, you pull back. Hopefully that was a good enough description, because honestly, I don't really know how to describe wrapping burritos. But once you got them wrapped, all you need is a little bit of butter or oil inside of a frying pan, and bud, you just get those sides nice and crispy. This is the little cross section here. Look at these snackable burritos ready for game day, bud. I'm telling you, this recipe is so beginner friendly, and if you're like me and love smoking stuff on your barbecue, invite some friends over and try this out. You're going to be so stoked, and so are they. This recipe is easy. It's beginner friendly. Everyone can do this. So if you're like me and love barbecue, give this a try. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Take care and stay safe. And remember, barbecue for life.